Imagine this. You're at the airport, bags packed, ticket in hand, feeling prepared for your flight. You sail through security, or so you think. Suddenly, a TSA officer pulls you aside. They open your bag, reach in, and remove something you never imagined could cause a problem. You're standing there confused, embarrassed, and maybe even panicking because your trip is about to get a lot more complicated. Here's the truth. The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, is updating rules all the time. And in 2025, there are more items than ever that travelers don't realize can be confiscated. So today we're diving deep into the surprising things the TSA will take from your bag in 2025. Some of these are common household items, some are new tech gadgets, and some are just plain weird. But if you don't know about them, you could lose money, waste time, and start your trip with unnecessary stress. Stick with me because I guarantee a few of these will shock you. And if you want to avoid awkward moments at security, you'll want to know all of them before your next flight. Let's start with the obvious because TSA's restrictions around liquids, gels, and sharp objects haven't gone away. But here's the catch. The way they enforce these rules is stricter in 2025 than ever before. 1. Liquids that look innocent. You already know the 311 rule, 3.4 ounces or less, in a clear quart-sized bag. But in 2025, TSA has been cracking down on items like peanut butter, hummus, lotions, and even yogurt cups. Why? Because they fall under the spreadable liquids category. That means your fancy artisanal jam or that expensive jar of face cream, gone. Here. Many travelers don't believe this until they experience it. Quick story. A traveler spent $40 on premium peanut butter from a small shop in New York City. He packed it in his carry-on, only to have the TSA scoop it out and toss it away. Moral of the story? If it can be smeared, the TSA calls it a liquid. 2. Batteries and power banks. This one surprises people every year, but in 2025, the rules got even tighter. Lithium-ion batteries over 100 watt-hours can't go in checked bags. But here's the kicker. TSA is now pulling aside any mystery battery packs with no clear labeling. That off-brand portable charger you bought online for cheap, if it doesn't have specs printed on it, there's a good chance it'll be taken. And this is important. Smart suitcases with built-in power banks are still a red flag. Unless you can remove the battery before check-in, TSA won't let it through. 3. Unsealed drinks. Yes, your water bottle will get dumped. But in 2025, TSA expanded this rule. They've been seizing protein shakes, smoothies, and even medical shakes if the container looks tampered with or isn't sealed. Even if you argue it's for medical use, they'll often tell you to check it or toss it unless you filed a pre-clearance request. Here's where things get more interesting, because TSA has started cracking down on items people never realized could be flagged. 4. Powdered substances. A lot of travelers were caught off guard when TSA started seizing powders in amounts over 12 ounces. Protein powder, baby formula, powdered drink mixes, these are all under extra scrutiny. Why? Powders can obscure dangerous materials in X-ray scans. If the container isn't sealed or labeled properly, it may not fly. 5. Electronics with hidden compartments. In 2025, TSA updated its scanners and is now much better at detecting electronics that look modified. If you're carrying a tablet case with a hidden slot, a laptop that's been customized, or even a gaming console stuffed with wires, you could be pulled aside. Even if it's harmless, anything that looks suspicious could mean TSA taking your device, or at least delaying you with extra questioning. 6. Vapes and e-cigarettes. You may know that vapes can't go in checked bags, but now the TSA is paying closer attention to flavored liquids and disposable vapes. Many brands aren't properly labeled, so TSA has been confiscating them outright. I've even seen stories of travelers losing $200 worth of vape gear because they didn't separate and pack them correctly. This is the part you'll want to keep watching, because these items sound unbelievable, but they've actually been flagged at airports. 7. Toys that look too real. TSA has no sense of humor when it comes to toy weapons. Even toy guns, water pistols, or realistic replicas can cause major delays. In 2025, they expanded this rule to include realistic video game props. So yes, that lightsaber, replica, or cosplay sword, depending on how it looks under X-ray, it could be confiscated. 8. Large spices and seasonings. Believe it or not, spices in bulk are on the TSA's radar. Why? Because powdered or ground substances sometimes resemble explosives under scans. Travelers carrying large bags of turmeric, chili powder, or flour have been stopped and forced to surrender them. And trust me, it gets even stranger, because in a moment I'll tell you about the everyday snack that TSA has started confiscating. And I promise, you probably have this in your pantry right now. 9. Duty-free liquids. Yes, even after security. This one shocks a lot of people. Just because you bought it inside the airport doesn't mean you're safe. Duty-free alcohol or perfumes over the liquid limit can still be seized if you have a connecting flight. TSA will often remove these if they're not in official tamper-proof bags with receipts. Here's where it gets personal, because travelers don't like giving up their food. But the TSA doesn't care. 10. Fresh fruits and vegetables. If you're flying internationally, TSA is strict about fresh produce. Even apples and oranges get tossed if you can't prove they're pre-cleared. This is about preventing agricultural pests from spreading. 11. Meats and cheeses. Yes, the TSA has confiscated deli meats, sausages, and large blocks of cheese, even if it's sealed. Why? Because it counts as a perishable item. And here's the big surprise. Soft cheeses like brie are considered spreadable liquids. That means the TSA treats them like lotion or peanut butter. 12. Soups and stews. Bringing your grandma's homemade stew in a container? TSA will toss it, no exceptions. With more people traveling post-pandemic, TSA has also updated its list of health-related restrictions. 13. Hand sanitizer size limits. Remember when the TSA allowed large hand sanitizers in 2020? In 2025, that exception has ended. You're back to 3.4 ounces max. Many travelers don't realize this and lose their full-size bottles at security. 14. CBD oils and hemp products. Here's a tricky one. While CBD is legal in many states, TSA rules still treat some oils as controlled substances. Unless it's clearly labeled as THC-free, don't be surprised if it disappears at the checkpoint. 15. Sharp medical tools. Travelers carrying medical syringes or EpiPens must declare them. If you forget, TSA could confiscate them until you provide documentation. Let's wrap this up with some of the most random and frustrating confiscations travelers report. 16. Snow globes. Sounds silly, right? But snow globes contain liquid. Unless they're tiny, under 3.4 ounces, TSA will take them. Yes, even if they're a gift. 17. Tools. Even small tools like screwdrivers, pliers, or wrenches longer than 7 inches are banned from carry-ons. A traveler once lost a $150 multi-tool because it was just half an inch too long. 18. Sports equipment. Baseball bats, hockey sticks, golf clubs, all banned. But here's the kicker. Even yoga blocks and foam rollers have raised eyebrows in 2025 because they can conceal other items inside. 19. Candle jars. Travelers love bringing scented candles as gifts, but TSA has started seizing gel candles and those with hidden compartments. 20. Snacks in odd packaging. And here it is, the everyday snack I teased earlier. Granola bars, trail mix, and candy are fine, unless they're in resealable metallic bags. TSA scanners sometimes can't penetrate shiny packaging, which means you'll be flagged and possibly forced to toss them. Now that you know what TSA might take, here's how to protect yourself. Check TSA's official "What Can I Bring" one page before packing. They update it often. Travel with clear containers. If the TSA can see what it is, they're less likely to flag it. Always declare medical items. Don't wait until you're questioned. When in doubt, put it in your checked bag. It's better to wait at baggage claim than lose your stuff forever. So there you have it. 20 surprising things the TSA will take from your bag in 2025. Some are obvious, some are bizarre, but all of them can derail your travel plans if you're not prepared. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the weirdest thing the TSA has ever taken from you? They say flying is expensive, but what if I told you airlines make billions each year from mistakes you make before you even reach the airport? Not booking errors, not seat upgrades. I'm talking about the tiny packing mistakes hiding in your luggage, the ones airlines quietly turned into a goldmine. And today I'm going to expose the 15 packing traps airlines secretly profit from and exactly how to beat them one by one. If you've ever wondered why your bag always seems overweight by 1 pound, or why your free carry-on suddenly isn't free anymore, you're about to find out. This is for every traveler who's tired of paying for things that should be free. But here's the catch. Only a few passengers ever figure out these packing loopholes before check-in. By the end of this video, you'll know how to pack smarter, save money, and outsmart every airline fee they hope you'll miss. Let's uncover the secrets that airlines really don't want you to know. Mistake number 1, overpacking by design, the weight trap. Let's start with the one that fuels the entire airline profit system, overpacking. You think you're being prepared, but airlines count on you doing exactly that. Every extra pound in your bag is predictable profit for them. They know travelers hate uncertainty, so they pack for every what if. That's why airlines quietly lowered weight limits, sometimes from 50 pounds to 40 on certain routes. It's not about fuel efficiency anymore. It's about making overweight fees the new normal. Baggage fees now make up to 5% of total airline revenue, and on budget airlines, it's closer to 30%. Here's the insider hack. Pack 10% under the limit. If the rule says 50 pounds, aim for 45. Because airport scales aren't standardized, one could weigh you 2 pounds heavier than another. And if you're ever at the counter and your bag seems suspiciously overweight, just ask, "Can you confirm the calibration on this scale?" That single sentence has saved travelers hundreds in false fees. And if you think that's sneaky, wait until you hear what they do with so-called free carry-ons. Mistake number 2, the free carry-on illusion. Airlines love advertising one free carry-on. But what they don't tell you is that they quietly shrink what carry-on means every year. The overhead bins, smaller. The sizer cages, tighter. And the enforcement, stricter, especially at boarding gates. Why? Because it's a profit funnel. Once your bag doesn't fit, they gate check it, often for a fee, and then make extra money by selling you priority boarding next time so it does fit. The carry-on policy is basically an auction now. Whoever pays more gets space first. So here's your move. Always check your airline's carry-on dimensions in inches or centimeters before packing. They're rarely the same across airlines. And switch to a soft-sided bag. It compresses better in sizers and avoids that last-minute gate check trap. Speaking of space, mistake number 3 is about how airlines make you pay for space you never even use. Mistake number 3, paying for bags you don't need. Ever noticed that airlines push you to prepay for checked bags during booking? Add one now and save $30. But here's the hidden truth. Over 40% of travelers who prepay for bags never actually fill them. Airlines get paid whether you use it or not. They exploit what's called future overpacking bias. The idea that you'll bring home souvenirs, so you buy more allowance up front. Instead, wait until online check-in, usually 24 hours before your flight. You'll know exactly how much you're bringing. And most airlines still let you add bags online at the same price. If anyone at the counter asks, just say, Can I add a bag closer to departure to avoid overpaying? That phrase signals you know the system, and agents are more likely to work with you. But even if you pay for one checked bag, some airlines found a way to make you pay twice for the same thing. Mistake number 4, the carry-on weight double dip. Here's a dirty little secret. Some airlines now weigh your carry-on bag, even though you already paid for that allowance. If it's even 1 pound over, that's another fee. This started in Asia and Europe, but is spreading fast. They claim it's for safety balance, but it's pure profit. When travelers started avoiding checked bag fees, airlines simply shifted enforcement to carry-ons. The fix? Keep heavy items like chargers or cameras in your personal item. Most airlines don't weigh that one. And wait till you hear what's inside your carry-on that could cost you hundreds if you don't know this next rule. Mistake number 5, packing lithium batteries wrong. Power banks, camera gear, drones, all lithium batteries, and one of airlines' biggest hidden moneymakers. If you pack them wrong, your bag can get flagged and pulled out. That can lead to rebooking fees, delays, or confiscation. Batteries above 100 watt-hours must go in your carry-on, not your checked bag. If staff find them below deck, they fine you through handling charges. Pack them in a fireproof battery pouch and label it under 100 watt-hours. And when questioned, say, all lithium devices are under 100 watt-hours and packed in carry-on. That line tells staff you know the rules. And speaking of lost items, this next mistake literally funds airport auctions. Mistake number 6, leaving items behind in security. Every day, TSA and airport staff collect thousands of forgotten items: chargers, perfumes, watches, even laptops. Most are never claimed. Airports sell unclaimed property at auction, and airlines benefit indirectly because you end up rebuying those items duty-free or in flight. It's a perfect spending loop. You lose, they gain. Here's how to break it. Before every checkpoint, put everything, keys, phone, wallet, into a single zippered pouch. Don't scatter your items into trays. And if these kinds of insights are opening your eyes, take a second to subscribe. Because at BoardiFly, we uncover the hidden ways airlines make money off you and how to turn that system to your advantage. Now let's move to one mistake that's hiding right inside your suitcase lining. Mistake number 7, ignoring the bag's true weight. Your suitcase itself could be the problem. Hard-shell spinner bags can weigh up to 10 pounds empty. That's 20% of your allowance gone before packing anything. Airlines know this. Some even partner with luggage brands to sell heavy premium bags. Choose soft-sided or polycarbonate hybrid bags under 6 pounds instead. And always ask, what's the empty weight of this model? You'll see the sales rep blink, because almost no one asks that question. But even if you pick the right suitcase, how you pack it can still cost you money. Mistake number 8, not compressing properly. Here's something few travelers realize. Airlines profit from volume, not just weight. If your bag bulges, even if it's under 50 pounds, they can label it oversized and charge you for it. Because checked bags go into rectangular containers, a bulging suitcase wastes space, so you're paying for the inefficiency. Use compression cubes to flatten air gaps. Roll heavier fabrics first, layer lighter clothes on top. It redistributes weight downward, where scales read lower. And now that you've got your bag packed tight, mistake 9 is about something so small, most people overlook it, but it can send your luggage to the wrong city. Mistake number 9, ignoring bag tags and labels. If your bag still has an old destination tag, barcode, or sticker, scanners can misread it. Result? Your luggage goes to the wrong airport. You'll spend days waiting or buying replacement clothes, and airlines reimburse you far less than what you lose. Always remove all old tags before your flight. And at check-in, ask, please confirm this tag is scanned correctly. 3 seconds of awareness can save 3 days of frustration. Now, mistake 10. This one's about the bag that rides right under your seat. Mistake number 10. Wasting your personal item allowance. Most people throw a laptop or purse under the seat, but your personal item can save you real money. It's the most underused free space in all of air travel. Airlines rarely measure it, unless it looks oversized. Use a weekender-style duffel or an underseat backpack that holds up to 10 extra pounds. That's basically a second carry-on for free. And if you're learning something new every few minutes, make sure to subscribe to BoardiFly. It costs nothing, but it tells YouTube this kind of insider travel content deserves to reach more travelers like you. Now, mistake 11 is where airlines sell you comfort that doesn't actually exist. Mistake number 11, paying for fragile labels. Ever been asked if you want a fragile tag for your bag? It sounds protective, but it's often just a paid upsell with no real guarantee. Some ramp staff even admit fragile labeled bags get stacked on top, meaning they're the first to fall. If you need protection, skip the upsell. Use your own bright tag and bubble wrap the item yourself. That visual cue works better than the label you paid for. And while fragile tags don't help much, there's one tag that does make a difference if you know how to ask. Mistake number 12, not using priority tags. Those shiny priority tags usually come with business class. But here's a secret. Many airlines will hand them out for free if you check in early or ask politely. Just say, "Are there any early handling tags available today?" It's polite, confident, and signals insider knowledge. Priority tag bags come out first, get handled sooner, and are less likely to be damaged. And while that protects your luggage, mistake 13 protects your wallet, especially at security. Mistake number 13, packing liquids wrong. Every confiscated bottle of perfume or drink at security, that's indirect revenue for the airline and airport retail partners. Because once your items get dumped, you replace them in duty-free stores. And guess who gets a cut of that sale? The airline. Always pack liquids in 3.4-ounce travel containers and use clear TSA pouches. Opaque bags get pulled for inspection, slowing you down and increasing your risk of repacking mistakes. And now the next one's emotional, because it's about something we all do without realizing we're funding the airline industry every single flight. Mistake number 14, packing for just in case. The emotional trap. What if it rains? What if I need that extra pair of shoes? Airlines love this. Every extra item increases your weight, pushing you closer to that next fee tier. It's called anticipatory anxiety, and airlines design baggage policies that trigger it. 49 pounds, not 50, just close enough to make you overpack. Pack by outfit, not item. If it doesn't make a full outfit, it doesn't go. And remember this line, if I wouldn't wear it twice, I'm not packing it once. That mindset alone will save you hundreds in overweight fees. And finally, mistake 15, the one almost every traveler still makes. Mistake number 15, forgetting to pack smart for the return trip. Here's the real trick. Airlines don't make most of their baggage profit when you depart. They make it when you come home, because travelers pack souvenirs, gifts, and extras on the return trip. And that's when their bags suddenly go overweight. Tired, rushing home, emotionally checked out. The perfect moment for airlines to upsell you on overweight fees. Here's the fix. Pack a foldable duffel bag inside your main suitcase before you leave. On the return trip, use it for souvenirs or laundry. It prevents overpacking and keeps your main bag underweight. And if you need to check it, ask, "Can I check this under my existing allowance?" Sometimes just phrasing it that way gets them to waive the second bag fee. Conclusion, outsmarting airline packing traps. Here's the master key phrase to remember. Pack with intent, not assumption. That single mindset shift saves you from every packing trap airlines designed to make money. Quick recap, don't overpack. Weigh your bag yourself, know your carry-on dimensions, maximize your personal item, and always pack for the return trip. Every dollar you save here is one less going to airline fee farming. Now I want to hear from you. What's the worst packing mistake you've ever been charged for? Or maybe you've caught an airline trying to double charge your bag. Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this video helpful, tap like, subscribe to BoardiFly, and turn on notifications. Because next, we're breaking down how to unlock free flight perks. Imagine this. You're at the airport, coffee in hand, ready for your big trip. You dressed stylishly this morning because you wanted to look good while traveling. 10 minutes later, you're barefoot on the cold security floor, sweating because your jacket won't fit in the bin, and holding up the entire line as TSA searches through your oversized belt buckle. Here's the truth. What you wear to the airport can either make your trip smooth, stress-free, and comfortable, or turn it into a nightmare before you've even boarded. In today's video, we're uncovering the worst travel outfits you should never wear on a plane. These mistakes can ruin your comfort, delay you at security, embarrass you in front of strangers, and even create safety risks in an emergency. By the end, you'll know exactly what not to wear and what smart travelers wear instead. Let's get started. 1. Shoes that betray you. Your shoes are the first deal breaker. Airports love to test your footwear choice. Ever seen someone at security struggling with lace-up boots? They're balancing on one foot, untying knot after knot, the line behind them huffing louder every second. When they finally get through, TSA makes them take the boots off again because of the thick soles. That person? Don't be that person. Here's what to avoid. Heavy boots, military boots, work boots, anything bulky. TSA almost always checks them twice. High heels, not only painful after a long walk across terminals, but also downright dangerous if you have to move quickly in an emergency. Flip-flops. They seem convenient, but imagine sprinting to your gate in them. Or worse, using a public restroom barefoot when one slips off. Yikes. The smart move? Go for slip-on sneakers or travel loafers. They're easy to remove, supportive for long walks, and safe to run in if you hear that dreaded final boarding call for passenger announcement. 2. Socks, your hidden armor. Most people don't think twice about socks until they're standing barefoot on an airport floor where thousands of strangers have walked. Not exactly glamorous. Thin socks wear down fast, leaving your feet cold and exposed. On long flights, tight socks can even cut off circulation. On the flip side, no socks at all is a rookie mistake. You'll regret it the second TSA makes you step out of your shoes. The pro trick? Compression socks. They look ordinary but secretly help your blood circulation, reduce swelling, and lower your risk of developing clots from sitting too long. Frequent flyers swear by them. Want to feel extra fresh mid-flight? Pack a spare pair in your carry-on and change them halfway through. It's like a secret energy boost. 3. Shorts, the coldest mistake you'll ever make. You may think, it's summer, it's hot, I'll wear shorts. But airplanes are not designed with summer in mind. Cabin temperatures are often freezing, and your legs will become human popsicles by the first hour. Plus, sitting in shorts means your bare skin touches seats that have been, let's just say, well used by thousands of passengers before you. Do you really want direct contact with that? The better choice? Lightweight pants or joggers. They'll keep you warm, protect your skin, and still give you mobility. Pick breathable fabrics like cotton or bamboo for comfort. And remember, fitted cuffs, like on joggers, prevent your pants from dragging on airport bathroom floors. 4. Leggings and synthetic fabrics, a hidden danger. Now this one surprises a lot of travelers. Leggings are popular because they're stretchy and comfy. But here's the risk. Leggings are usually made from synthetic fabrics like polyester or nylon. In everyday life, no problem. On an airplane, they could be a hazard. If there's ever a fire during an evacuation, synthetic fabrics can melt onto your skin, causing more severe burns than natural fabrics. Airlines and safety experts actually recommend avoiding them. Instead, choose cotton, wool, or bamboo blend fabrics. They're breathable, more fire-resistant, and keep you comfortable for long hours. And if you still love leggings, wear natural fiber joggers over them. You get comfort and protection. 5. Complicated outfits, jumpsuits, rompers, overalls. Jumpsuits look stylish until you try to use an airplane bathroom. Cramped space, turbulence, and a one-piece outfit you basically have to remove completely? It's a recipe for regret. Same goes for overalls and rompers. Anything that turns a quick bathroom visit into a 10-minute wrestling match is a no-go. Stick with simple, separate pieces that you can adjust easily in tight spaces. Trust me, your future self will thank you. 6. Tight clothes and shapewear. Torture in disguise. Flying is uncomfortable enough. Now imagine sitting for 6 hours in clothes that squeeze your stomach, cut off your circulation, and leave marks on your skin. That's what happens when you wear shapewear, skinny jeans, or anything too tight. Your body actually swells at higher altitudes because of cabin pressure. Clothes that feel snug but fine on the ground can feel unbearable mid-flight. Loose, breathable clothing is your friend. Stretchy waistbands, soft fabrics, and layers will keep you comfortable without sacrificing style. 7. Belts and bling, security's favorite excuse. You'd be amazed how many people forget they're wearing giant metal belts, big watches, or stacks of jewelry until the security scanner starts beeping like crazy. Then comes the awkward dance of removing it all while everyone behind you groans. Rule of thumb: the less metal, the better. Swap metal belts for fabric or plastic fasteners. Keep jewelry simple. Small studs instead of hoops. Slim watches instead of chunky metal. Pack accessories in your carry-on and put them on after security. You'll get through faster and save yourself from unnecessary pat-downs. 8. Jackets that work against you. Travelers often wear heavy coats to save suitcase space, but that backfires at security. Oversized coats not only take up space in bins, but also raise suspicions. They might get searched. Instead, choose a lightweight travel jacket with pockets. Those pockets are golden. You can store your boarding pass, passport, headphones, even snacks, all within reach. Bonus points if it doubles as a pillow when folded up. And remember, airports can feel hot while planes feel cold. A layering system is smarter than one bulky coat. T-shirt plus sweater plus jacket equals adaptable comfort. 9. Offensive or inappropriate graphics. This might sound obvious, but it happens more than you think. T-shirts with offensive slogans, explicit images, or political statements can cause real problems at airports. There are stories of passengers being asked to change clothes, or even denied boarding, because their outfits were deemed inappropriate. Remember, you're in a highly regulated, family-friendly space where rules lean conservative. Keep it neutral. Save the edgy shirts for your destination. 10. Fragile fabrics, white clothes, silks, linen. Travel is messy. Spilled coffee, food trays, turbulence, all spell disaster for fragile fabrics. A white outfit might look chic for Instagram, but one splash of tomato juice mid-flight and it's ruined. Choose darker colors or patterns that hide stains. Wrinkle-resistant fabrics also go a long way. No one wants to look like they just crawled out of a suitcase upon arrival. 11. Perfume clouds and heavy cologne. This isn't clothing, but it's a common mistake. Dousing yourself in perfume or cologne before a flight seems harmless until you're trapped in a small cabin with recycled air. Suddenly, your fresh scent becomes someone else's headache trigger. Go light, or better yet, skip it altogether until after you land. Trust me, your seatmates will silently thank you. 12. Hats and headgear. Baseball caps, oversized hats, or bulky headgear might look stylish at the airport, but they'll just get in the way on the plane. They can block the person behind you, fall off during turbulence, or make leaning back uncomfortable. If you love hats, pack them carefully and wear them after your flight. Bonus section: what to wear instead. Now that we've destroyed half your wardrobe, let's rebuild it with smart travel choices. Shoes, slip-on sneakers, travel loafers, or lightweight trainers. Bottoms, breathable joggers, cotton chinos, or wrinkle-free travel pants. Tops, t-shirt or base layer, light sweater or hoodie, and a travel jacket. Accessories: compression socks, lightweight scarf, doubles as a blanket, and a small pouch for essentials. Colors: dark, neutral tones that hide stains and look put together. The golden rule? Comfort plus practicality plus safety. You don't need to look like a runway model. You just need to look like someone who travels smart. Wrap up. Here's the bottom line. Air travel is unpredictable. Delays, gate changes, freezing cabins, cramped seats. You can't control any of it, but you can control how you dress. The wrong outfit can make everything worse. The right one, it makes you feel calm, comfortable, and ready for whatever the trip throws at you. So next time you're packing, don't just think about where you're going. Think about the journey itself. Avoid these outfit mistakes, dress smart, and you'll never again be the person holding up the security line or shivering in seat 32B. Now it's your turn. What's the worst outfit you've ever worn to the airport? Or the best travel hack you swear by? Drop it in the comments. You're walking through the airport, carrying your bag, following the same little rituals you've done 100 times before. But without realizing it, what you're wearing is quietly determining how security treats you, how comfortable you'll be on the plane, and even whether you're seen as an upgradable passenger in the system. Most travelers never get told this. Airlines won't warn you. TSA won't say a word, and stores in the airport will happily sell you clothing that actually makes your trip harder, slower, or more expensive without you ever knowing why. But today, we're going to break all of that open. This video is for anyone who wants to travel smoother. Seniors, families, budget flyers, first-timers, or seasoned frequent travelers. Because the truth is simple. Airports are built on psych-based systems. Your outfit signals your risk, your comfort level, your preparedness, and even your status. And the airline industry relies heavily on patterns. Once you understand what your clothing communicates, you stop being an ordinary passenger, and you start being a strategic one. And by the end of this video, you'll know the 12 outfits you should never wear to the airport, the real reasons behind them, and the subtle, smart traveler look that gives you smoother security, faster boarding, and even better treatment at the counter. Let's begin. 1. Don't wear complicated, hard-to-remove shoes. Airport security is a pressure cooker. Everyone behind you is in a hurry. Everyone in front of you is fumbling with bins and belts. And you know who slows the entire line down? People wearing shoes with complicated laces, straps, zippers, or hooks. Why does this matter? Because TSA agents are trained to focus on flow interrupters. Anything that slows the line creates suspicion, because historically, nervous or inexperienced travelers, and yes, even smugglers, often wear complicated footwear. That means if you show up with shoes that take more than a few seconds to take off, you're automatically flagged for more attention. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you're disrupting the flow. And here's something most travelers don't know. When a TSA agent thinks you're slowing the line unintentionally, they'll move faster on their side. But when they believe you're slowing the line because you're hiding something, their entire tone changes. The fix is simple: slip-ons, light sneakers, or single-lace shoes. They make you look prepared, calm, and experienced, which instantly reduces scrutiny. And if you're a senior traveler, this matters even more. Not because you're a security risk, but because TSA's assistance profile gives more leniency to passengers who look streamlined and easy to help. You'll get more gentle treatment, more patience, and faster processing when your shoes don't cause chaos. By the way, if that surprised you, wait until we get to mistake number 4, because that one is so counterintuitive that even frequent travelers get it wrong. 2. Avoid heavy, oversized jewelry. It sounds harmless, right? A chunky necklace, a big bracelet, a metal watch. But here's the hidden truth. Jewelry is one of the biggest causes of secondary screening, and TSA deliberately avoids telling passengers this because they know people won't want to remove expensive items. Those beautiful accessories, they're often made with layered metals that set off scanners inconsistently. Not always, just enough to raise suspicion. And scanners aren't just measuring metal. They're analyzing density pockets. Heavy jewelry creates dense clusters that look like objects pressed against the skin. That means one thing to security algorithms: possible contraband. If your jewelry triggers a false alert, a pat-down becomes non-negotiable. and nobody wants that. A smarter move is this. Wear minimal, small, non-layered pieces. Better yet, keep statement pieces in your carry-on and put them on after security. You'll feel lighter, you'll move quicker, and you'll avoid drawing unnecessary eyes. 3. Skip bulky jackets and coats, unless you want to get pulled aside. Most people wear heavy outerwear to the airport for one of two reasons. They don't want to pack it. They think they'll get cold on the plane. Both make sense, until you realize airline systems have no patience for bulky fabrics. Here's why. Bulky outerwear creates irregular shapes on scanner images, which leads to more bag checks, more pat-downs, and more delays. And that big fluffy coat you're wearing? It's an automatic "please scan me again" magnet, especially if it has padding, hidden pockets, or thick lining. But there's a more interesting layer to this. Gate agents and flight attendants subconsciously categorize passengers based on appearance. Large coats fall into the inexperienced traveler category because seasoned flyers almost never do it. They know it slows security and creates chaos during boarding. If you want to look like someone who gets priority treatment, even when you don't have it, opt for a thin, structured travel jacket with clear lines. It signals preparedness, efficiency, and respect for the system. And that impression follows you all the way to your seat. 4. Do not wear shorts on the plane. Ever. Yes, here it is. The shocking one. Wearing shorts to the airport seems harmless. It's comfortable. It's easy. It feels smart in warm countries. But shorts are one of the worst mistakes you can make in an airport or on a plane, for reasons most travelers never hear. First, airplane seats are almost never cleaned as well as people assume. What looks clean is often not. Multiple flight attendants have admitted, wipes happen. Deep cleaning doesn't. Skin-to-seat contact exposes you to sweat residue, bacteria, cleaning chemicals, and surfaces that thousands of people have sat on. Second, planes get cold, unexpectedly cold. When the cabin drops 5 to 10 degrees mid-flight, your body temperature follows. Cold passengers fidget more, complain more, request blankets more, and often become minor disruptions. Airlines don't care about your comfort, but they do care when you disrupt cabin service flow. Shorts are a cold trap. Third, emergency situations. No one thinks about emergencies, but flight crews do. Evacuations often involve metal slides, rough surfaces, and heat exposure. Shorts expose your skin to burns, scrapes, and friction. That's why crew training always recommends long pants for passengers. But they're not allowed to publicly advise it. Shorts feel free until they leave you freezing, exposed, or uncomfortable. A lightweight travel pant does everything shorts do, but smarter. Breathable, layerable, safe, and respectful of the space your body will share. 5. Don't wear clothes with metal buttons, clips, or plates. This is the silent security killer. You think you're dressed perfectly? You think you look sharp? Then suddenly you're standing in the scanner with your hands above your head, watching a TSA agent raise an eyebrow at your outfit. Metal accents create hotspots on the scan. The algorithm flags them as anomalies, which forces manual inspection. And if you have them on your hips or chest, you're guaranteed a pat-down. Even worse, metal in clothing slows you down at every stage. Security, boarding, even during turbulence when you shift around in your seat. Most passengers don't realize that airport scanners are trained to interpret unusual shapes on the body as potential threats, even when harmless. The more metal on your outfit, the more questions your body raises. This is why airline crew clothing is designed with almost no metal. They need smooth transitions at every checkpoint. Minimal metal equals maximum speed. 6. Avoid tall platform shoes or thick boots. If you want a fast, efficient airport experience, avoid anything with exaggerated height or heavy soles. Boots and platform shoes look fashionable but create several problems. They take longer to remove. They trigger alarms more often. They restrict circulation on long flights. And here's the big one. They can be considered a tripping hazard during evacuations. Airlines won't ever tell passengers this publicly, because telling someone their shoes could slow down an evacuation, well, that's not good for business. But cabin crews notice them instantly. If you're wearing heavy boots, you'll be treated cautiously because you're seen as less agile. That means slower boarding, stricter enforcement of instructions, and sometimes even being asked to remove them, not by TSA, but by the crew. A lightweight shoe not only gets you through the airport faster, it keeps your body safer during turbulence and rapid disembarking. 7. Don't wear perfume or strong fragrances. Most people don't know this. Cabin air is recycled every 2 to 3 minutes. That means if you're wearing a strong fragrance, the scent doesn't just linger. It spreads through the entire cabin like wildfire. But here's the real problem. Many people have fragrance sensitivities that trigger migraines, nausea, and even breathing issues. When that happens mid-flight, flight attendants have to locate the source, manage the sick passenger, and sometimes take action, including reseating people. Wearing strong scents puts unnecessary attention on you during a moment when the goal is to blend in. More importantly, airlines secretly track passenger disruptions. Anything that causes crew intervention, even unintentional, gets documented. You don't want to be on that list. Wear clean, neutral clothing. Save scents for after the landing. 8. Avoid clothing with offensive or controversial graphics. This should be obvious, but it's actually deeper than it looks. Clothing with political statements, profanity, or provocative images triggers scrutiny, but not from the people you think. It triggers scrutiny from gate agents, not TSA. Gate agents have the right to deny boarding to anyone wearing clothing they believe could cause disruption, conflict, discomfort to families, or escalation inside a confined cabin. And they're encouraged to be strict about it. Most people think airlines don't enforce this, but they do, quietly. If your outfit is bold, graphic, or controversial, you become a potential social risk factor. Airlines want planes calm, they want zero conflict, so they restrict anything that increases odds of confrontation. Wearing neutral clothing not only keeps your trip smooth, it silently increases your chances of receiving help or consideration, because crew members don't categorize you as work. 9. Don't wear complicated layering systems. Everyone loves layers: hoodies, sweaters, jackets, scarves. And layering is smart. Cabin temperatures change often, but complicated layering is the killer. Multiple layers with different fabrics create strange scanner signals. Cotton over wool, polyester under leather, knitwear over nylon. Each layer absorbs and reflects differently on body scanners. That means inconsistencies, and inconsistencies trigger checks. Plus, if you board the plane with heavy layers, you create clutter. You're slower storing your bag. You take longer to sit. You obstruct aisle flow, and flight attendants lose patience quickly. A clean, smart, simple 2-layer system is ideal. A breathable base, a soft mid-layer, and an easy-to-fold outer layer. It signals experience, and crews treat you differently when they sense you're someone who knows how to fly. 10. Avoid tight, restrictive clothing. Here's something flight attendants talk about all the time among themselves. They can spot a future inflammation passenger from across the aisle. The person who's tightly wrapped into their outfit, the person who's going to swell at cruising altitude, the one who's going to ask for water repeatedly because they feel strange. Did you know your body expands slightly as the plane climbs? Cabin pressure drops, blood flow shifts. Tight waistbands, tight sleeves, and tight fabrics work against your body the entire flight. Restricted circulation leads to stiffness, discomfort, agitation, and in worse cases, mild dizziness. It doesn't matter how stylish it looks at the airport. Tight clothing becomes your enemy at 35,000 feet. Loose, breathable clothing signals confidence, comfort, and freedom, and crew members give more grace to passengers who look like they're taking care of themselves. 11. Don't wear clothing without pockets. This seems small until you see how much faster passengers with pockets move through the airport. Pockets matter because airports demand constant ID access. Check-in, security, boarding, Immigration. Baggage claim. Passengers who dig through bags delay every stage, and that delay is noted by staff. When you look unprepared, staff treat you like someone who requires extra explanation, even when you don't. Passengers who look organized get smoother service, minimal questions, quick processing, more trust. Even a single zippered pocket changes the entire energy of your airport journey. 12. Do not wear anything you'd be afraid to damage. This is the invisible airport rule almost no one talks about. Travel outfits should be durable, not delicate. Why? Because airports are rough. Bins, belt systems, scanners, seats, jet bridges, luggage storage, trays, escalators. Everything is built for speed, not gentleness. If your outfit is light-colored, fragile, expensive, or requires special care, you're constantly on edge. And anxious passengers attract more intervention. From TSA, from staff, even from fellow travelers. Plus, in tight spaces, delicate clothing rips easily. Stains happen, snags happen, pulls happen, and nothing ruins a trip like starting it with damage you can't fix. The best travel outfits are low maintenance, neutral, durable, and flexible. And if you're loving these insights, the kind of smart, insider travel intel most people never get, make sure you're subscribed to BoardiFly. This channel is built for travelers who want to fly smarter, not just cheaper, and we break down the hidden systems behind every flight so you're always ahead of the crowd. When you walk into an airport, you're entering a structured ecosystem, one built on risk analysis, speed, pattern recognition, psychology, and efficiency. What you wear tells the airport exactly what kind of traveler you are, experienced or inexperienced, high risk or low risk, calm or chaotic, prepared or unpredictable. And when you dress strategically, suddenly everything changes. Security feels smoother, staff interactions feel easier, boarding feels faster, and flying becomes what it should be: simple, confident, and controlled. Here's the master mindset to remember. Dress to reduce friction, not create it. Every layer, every fabric, every accessory should work with the airport system, not against it. A quick recap. Simple shoes, minimal metal. No bulky coats, no shorts, no strong fragrances, no complicated layers, no provocative graphics, no heavy boots, no tight clothes, no delicate fabrics. And always pockets, comfort, breathability, mobility. Your outfit is your first pre-flight decision and the one that determines how the rest of your journey feels. Before you go, I'd love to know, what's the worst outfit mistake you've ever seen someone make at the airport? Drop it in the comments. The stories are always wild. Subscribe for more hidden travel intel, share your own tips, and until next time,